So a few weeks ago, I had put a prediction on the Karmello Anthony case. I thought that he would be getting 7 years. Instead, it looks like he's going to do about 17, probably on a 35. So I was close. Um, Mainly, I was saying that I thought that Karmello Anthony baited Austin Metcalf into that whole situation. Um, Now I want to share, and don't think I'm choosing a side here because I absolutely think it's horrible that Austin Metcalf was killed and doesn't have life anymore, and feel horrible for him and his family. But I want to put some perspective on Carmelo. When I was in high school, basically what I'm saying here is that he was tried as an adult and he was punished as like an adult. I don't think that's fair because I don't think his brain was an adult brain. And basically, where I'm coming from with this is when I was a senior in high school, I went over to my friend Sean's house, rode my bike over there with my neighbor buddy Steven, and we were playing around in Sean's big backyard. And my buddy Steven had a BB gun that he found at Sean's house, and he shot me in the ankle with it. And I've always been real scared of BB guns. Mainly, I was afraid of my eyes getting shot out with one. And I got really pissed off the second that he shot me, and I had a bow and arrow in my hand. I turned around without a second thought and shot the bow and arrow right at Steven. It was my first time to ever shoot a bow and arrow, and my accuracy was unfreaking real. But the arrow was going right at his face. Somehow, some way, my friend Steven had these cat-like reflexes and did this quick jerk move and got his head out of the way of the arrow. If that arrow had hit him in the head, it would have killed him for sure. And I probably would have been going to court, tried as an adult, and given 25 years or 35 years for murder. That's one incident that I got lucky on. That thank God, Steven was so quick. There was another time where I was in the parking lot at the high school, and some guy was holding the spot that I wanted to park in, and I got mad. And I am bipolar, and when I get mad at my eyes will shake and I get dizzy. Um, and So I remember I got really mad, and I got my dizzy spell, my eyes shaked, um, and I popped my clutch and tried to run the kid over. Luckily, I didn't run him over. He just kind of bounced off the front of my car, but he told the principal, and I got called into the office, and I got in trouble for hitting him with my car, and it could have been assault with a deadly weapon. It could have been vehicular assault. I got so lucky that that they didn't treat it as too big of a deal, and they just you know punished me like lightly, like in school suspension for a day or something. Those are two incidents when I could have killed somebody, and I could have been in Carmelo Anthony's shoes. Now would I do that? No, of course not even close. Um, yeah, I mentioned that I had been threatened at Walmart and carried a knife on me for 5 years now, and didn't even remember that I had the knife in my pocket when the dude was threatening me. He mistook me for someone else, and that's why I was saying that I thought Carmelo Anthony was premeditated what he did, because it's just not natural to have something happen and you think go-to knife, or at least the adult version of me didn't think that way. Like I said, when I got the shot with the BB gun, it was just a natural reaction for me to turn, pull, release. And the second I let go of that arrow, I already regretted it. I am so freaking lucky. So lucky. If you want to hear another time I got lucky? when I was about a freshman in college, still brain not developed all the way. I don't know. I got mad at somebody. I was drunk and I got mad at somebody. I thought called me a name or something, and I ran after him, and somehow he was a floor below me, and I went on the 13th floor. I went out over the balcony, slid down the balusters, kicked my body out, and then when I swung in, I let go of the balusters and landed on my back on the 12th floor. And if I had messed that up being drunk and not timed it right, I would have fallen 13 floors to my death on the grand piano in the ballroom area there on the cruise. So that's just some perspective of how a high school age child's brain is. I had special needs. I was a special ed kid, and like I said, I'm diagnosed bipolar, and a pretty serious case of it, to be honest with you. And yeah, that's like I said, I was almost Casey Anthony. I'm not Casey Anthony. I was almost Karmello Anthony. I almost could have had a 35-year sentence for murder. Thank God I didn't. But yeah, I just want to put that into food for thought. You know that it might not always be fair to try somebody as an adult because their brains just aren't developed yet. I mean, like I said, mine certainly wasn't at that age. I got lucky. He didn't. I don't think he meant to kill anybody. I do think he meant to stab somebody.